Greetings from Dystopia, episode 95, Q&A. Been saving up questions to answer, so I'll go through some of those today. It's starting to rain. We had a quick downpour this morning at around, I guess it was around 7:30. And now we've got a pretty heavy line of storms coming in. Although as I look at them on the radar, they're predominantly north. About halfway done with my distance for the day. I did some on the treadmill. My intent was to do it all on the treadmill today, but I don't see how anybody can do all of their walking or running on a treadmill. I just don't get it. It's the same. Nothing changes. I know I've complained about that before, but I got to have a change in scenery. The ground's got to change. The air's got to change. The light's got to change. Treadmills just bore the hell out of me. All right, coming up to a stoplight. So I will pull up. Wait till I'm stopped here before I completely look at my phone. I'm trying to figure out which ones I can answer while I'm driving. Okay. I will answer that one. I'm putting a ellipsis in front of them so I know that I've answered it. Close it. The one thing you use every day in life that you could not do without. It's funny. I mean, I've read these and I've been kind of noodling this one over. And you're all probably going to laugh because it's not something I think most people would think about. Immediately your first thought is probably coffee pot. My wipers are going nuts here. It's not even raining. You gonna stay there? That sensor's probably got bird poop or something over it. But anyways, a lot of people's first response would probably be a coffee pot or a hair dryer or something like that. But I have like 5 different ways to make, probably more than that, different ways to make coffee. Hair dryer, I don't need one. Because I read it damn near every day or every other day. I'll say Uncle John's Bathroom Reader. If you've not seen it, it's a little, book of wisdom, book of random bits of knowledge. There's short stories. Basically, it's a series of books designed for when you're in the bathroom. I was introduced to those by my ex-wife. And I've now picked up, over the last years, I've picked up the newer ones. And yeah, I'm going to say that's the one thing I can't do without in life. It sounds stupid, but I don't like always having my nose stuck in the phone, least of all on the toilet. That's just nasty. I try to not bring my phone into the bathroom. But anyways, okay, so that's one question out of the way. Don't think I can... All right, I can answer that one. I'll have to go back. Are you ever going to do anything more with your website? Yes. If you haven't seen it, STFUandFish.com. I've been slowly adding features. Most of it lately has been down the right column. There's a YouTube feed, there's an Instagram feed, there's a SoundCloud feed. What else? The buy me a cup of coffee. That little button's on there. There's a podcast feed, should that ever come about. I changed the main feed, the main area on the website from 3 columns to 2. Make it a little bit wider. But yeah, I'm assuming this is the person that knows me and knows some of the ideas I had over time. Yeah. You're going to slowly start seeing a lot more things integrated. I'm just doing it step by step as they come to mind, or as I find a plug-in or utility that works the way I want it to. I'm not that happy with the YouTube and Instagram feed plugins, but they work. So I'll leave it at that and be happy with that. Okay, you are driving the wrong way across a parking lot. Where are you going? Are you going to pull in there? No. Okay. It just dawned on me was I mic'd up. And I am. Rear wipers? Oh, because I put it in reverse. All right. So yeah, all right. Yeah, the original thoughts on the website were things like that were more fishing related. A guide finder, local fishing areas. Those are all things that will be added in as time goes on. The local fishing areas would be more blog style posts rather than a comprehensive database of where to go fishing. A lot of the spots I go fishing, I'm not going to tell you unless it's a community pond or something in a preserve that's designated, a fishing area. I tend to fish a lot of, you've seen it already in videos, blue lining. So I fish public waters where I can, and some places I've been fortunate enough over the years to be able to fish someone's private farm pond or, something like that. Those are things I won't share. Obviously, you don't want to overcrowd waters. You don't want them stressed. Private ponds, that's something between me and the owner. So, yeah. The other question came about, would I add forums to the website? It's unlikely, mostly because there is the Facebook page for this, STFUandFish. So there's that page on Facebook. There's YouTube, and the videos have their own comment areas. I think there's actually a forum type thing on YouTube for the channel. I've seen it, but I've actually never looked into it much. So that's somewhat redundant, and it gives me one more thing that I have to manage, have to do. It's more work for me. Let's see. Next question. Oh yeah, this was website feedback. I had to laugh at this one. Will you ever release a video that is nothing but fishing? Of course. These first 95 videos have been recorded during the pandemic, during the more or less societal shutdown. A lot of the preserves, parks, fishing areas here have been closed up until the last couple weeks. So yeah, you'll see more fishing. Will one episode be entirely about fishing? Yeah, I could do that. I could see doing that, particularly trips up to the driftless. I have an idea for an episode that shows, start to finish, getting up the morning, making the coffee, blah, 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 the drive up, getting settled in the cabin or camping, whatever, going fishing. The whole weekend would be, essentially fishing. But there would be, a campfire. There would be setting up a tent or setting up a hammock or setting up in the back of the van for sleep. There would be meal cooking, things like that. But it's revolving around fishing. So yeah, there will definitely be episodes like that. Oh yeah, this one came out of direct feedback on the window screens that I made. Can the window screens you made be used in the rain? Question mark. No. Obviously not. You've got holes through them. That did get me to thinking, is there a way I can make those so that you can use them in the rain? I do have a couple ideas in mind. I want to look at that. The biggest idea being for the Transit Connect, for the second row windows. I'm pointing to this one, you can't see it. The second row windows, there are no overhead rain guards like you see. A lot of cars have the little rain guard where you can crack the window, but you still have the clear plastic deflector over the window. So I've the next one, favorite hack, question mark. That's all it was. Favorite hack. What's my favorite hack? For what? I mean, there's tons of cool hacks. I don't know. The first one that just popped in my head was quesadilla maker. For years I had a quesadilla maker, which is, if you haven't seen it, it's essentially a waffle iron that's has dividing lines. So you put the tortilla, you put the cheese, whatever else, next tortilla, close the lid just like a waffle iron. I thought that was the greatest thing in the world. And then one day I was looking, I think it was on YouTube, and I saw somebody making quesadillas in a cast iron skillet with another skillet that fit down inside of it. So they did everything in one skillet, set the other skillet inside. Duh. Yeah, and the other one was talking about the camera that I'm using. So I don't know if it's going to focus on this properly or not. I'm not exactly sure. I don't know all of the different names of sunflowers. We have so many different varieties. We also have, as you can see right out here, we have purple coneflower. It's an echinacea. And this is one I still have to go back and identify. I meant to do this the other day. I'm not quite sure what this one is, but I kind of like that one too. I've just always had kind of a like and a dislike for certain flowers, but like sunflowers in particular. We grew up with them. Mom, I remember, grew some sunflowers that were as big as a dinner plate. I mean, the things were huge. So this is part of that butterfly garden I was talking about. And it continues out all the way across that field, all the way to the woods. And here's another one for the flower buffs. I don't recall what this one's called. Here's another one I like. I'm not sure if this is going to focus or not. Maybe by putting my hand there it will. It's kind of very reminiscent of dill. But yeah, this is another one of those wild plants that I just love. It's just the texture of it. And every time I see it, I'm always like, oh, that's so cool. The reason I bought the gimbal camera was because you know, I don't, the bounce and shake. So right now I'm moving the camera up and down about a foot, left and right, about a foot. And it does, it keeps it very stable. So you don't quite get that jerky, shaky video. That was one complaint I had from a few people at the start. Well, I'm not the most steady person on my feet, so this just made sense. So that trail loops that way. It goes, where's my finger? Right there's a trail. Right here's a trail that splits two different ways. And then that one farther to the left splits twice again. But this is Mather Woods. This one's not far from the house. It's a fairly nice piece of wood. Like I said, it's not technically a forest preserve because it belongs to the town. But yeah, they do a great job maintaining this one. And I love walking these trails. I do love walking the trails, although today they are very mosquito-y. The rainfall last night's got everything going. Squirrel. And I just got my steps for the day. That's good. Take you down and show you the orange daylilies. If you remember yesterday, we were on a trail that was over on this side of the creek, but a little farther up the creek. And I showed you all of the daylilies across the creek. And those are right here in front of us. And this is where I walked out to the creek. It is now filled with these beautiful daylilies. That's what I was talking about. And I mentioned this in an episode before, that lilies are something, flowers in general are something I never really paid that much attention to when I was younger. Now that I'm older, I see them a lot more. Alright, walking a little bit farther down this trail. It's funny, this grass is wet full height. So all the way up, my pants are actually getting wet, my shorts. Trying to walk this trail. Yeah, this is a pretty bush too. A very light scent. It's like a combination of vanilla and lavender, but very subtle. Now that I got my distance out for the day, can just kind of walk back in here. No fishing today. I mean, that's just... Took a picture of one so I can make it the cover photo for today's episode. But yeah, I don't know how many of you are in my age group. I'm just curious, am I the only one that never paid much attention to flowers growing up? I mean, yeah, you see them and you go, oh, pretty. But then, I don't know, just I'm finding as I get older, I actually enjoy them more and more. That's going to leave a mark. Okay, now, this is one where I need you guys to keep on me. And I will show you this later in the summer. This is the butterfly park, what I call it. But what I want you to notice are these weeds right here. I call it a weed, this wild plant. Okay, so right now, let me see if I can turn this camera around. Can't really see the lens because, or the screen because of the light. But right now, these are right here, just above my hip. Towards the end of the summer, These will be close to 10 feet tall. I don't know what this is, but it grows 8 to 10 feet tall. This plant here, this one right here, and you can see there's actually a tall grass of some type as well in here. And both of these grow up really tall. My daughter often asks what I do when I come to the preserves or to the woods. It's a lot of what we did when you were little. Go walk around, come sit down somewhere and just listen. Sadly, there's a jet flying over right now. But yeah, all the different bird song. And all right, let me finish my little sit down in peace and quiet here, and I'll see you guys back in the car and we'll wrap it up. See you in a bit. Oh, there you are. Remember those painted rocks from last week? I just found more of them. Oh, shut up. Anyway, yeah, I just found more of them back here. So that's pretty cool. A lot of the nicer ones I think people picked up. Like I picked up that one with the tent and the campfire, but I just had to have that one. It just said volumes in that one little scene, you know, painted on a rock. Pretty much done for today. Gonna head back to the house. Oh, gee. I just thought I saw two Jake's young male turkeys standing back there. They're decoys. Some kayakers downstream of the river. Great egret north of it. Oh, I started talking about the road trip. I'm going to go ahead and drive tomorrow, and I think we'll head out to the Peoria area. If the weather holds nice, we'll go fishing. If it doesn't hold nice, I'll go find somewhere to eat and then drive back. Either way, I'm going to find something to eat. There's a place in Peoria called the Blue Duck Barbecue. If you're ever out that way, it's totally worth going to. I know I've mentioned it on Facebook before, but they have either a pulled pork or pulled chicken poutine that is out of this world. Yeah. If you like poutine, you're going to love their take on it. Like I said, the pulled pork, pickled red onions. Oh. That's worth the extra pound I gain eating it. Alright guys, so we'll cut it here. And I will get the video out to you tomorrow. It may be later in the evening. I'll try and make it before midnight. It'll just be because I'm driving home. Alright guys, that's it for today. Be good, be well. We'll see you tomorrow. Later, but we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye guys.